Hello and welcome to Grow to Glow. I am Dr. Thashna Walsh. I am a lifestyle transformational therapist and coach, and I am here to share some inspiration with you. Hopefully, you'll take something away from it. Today, my share is based on a saying. The first person I heard say it was Bob Dylan, so I'm not sure if it's his original quote. But everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Ever heard that quote before? And the first time I heard it really hit me hard. That was some years ago. I'm thinking, that is so true. In terms of our physical being, most people are so afraid to die. But until we get to know ourselves on a deep spiritual level, which spills over into the physical, then we understand that death is not something to be afraid of. Obviously, we don't want to die. We want to experience this lovely life that we're living. However, I think the quote itself goes far deeper than just a physical thing. It's a spiritual meaning. So what I took from it is everyone wants to go to heaven. We all want the good things in life. We all want the happiness. We want the freedom. We want to be happy in our relationships. We want the perfect relationship. We want to travel. We want a nice house to live in. We want a nice car or several nice cars. We want to live in a specific part of town or in a specific country. We want the romance and the to be swept off our feet and to feel special. You know what I'm getting at? We want the money, we want the wealth, we want the freedom. But no one seemed to want to do the inner work. The inner work is the work where you have to literally die to your old self. You can't create a new person, the person that wants this health, this wealth, this great spirituality, this great relationship, and all those wonderful things that we yearn and we desire. You can't expect to get those things with the same sort of mindsets and headspace and behaviors that we currently have, can we? We have to change them. And in order to change them, we have to literally kill them. We have to say, you are no longer a part of me. And then we embody a new self, a new version of ourselves. And that's what that quote means to me. So, where are you in your development? Are you one of those people that are listening to things? You hear people are inviting you to join a webinar, to read a book, to join a coaching program, to just listen to something here, there, or anywhere on YouTube, for example, this video here. And you hear it, but you just let it just glaze through. You kind of just glaze over it. You're not taking it in on a deeper level, but you're watching it and it's calling you in and it's saying, listen and learn, but you're not doing what it takes to then get to the next level. I remember being like this. This was like, I would say probably 20 years ago when I first started this journey of self-transformation. I would read a book and I would take it in for the first week or 2 weeks or even a month. And then something would distract me and I would go off and forget all about it. And then something would happen in my life that was major, that was hurtful, that made me go back to the same thing that I just dropped off. Maybe it was somebody else speaking the same thing that I needed to heal. I needed to heal the limitations so I could have this life, this deep desire that I was getting because of the contrast that I was showing up in my life. So, for example, when I wasn't in a great relationship, or I'd just broken up from a relationship, or I'd been out of a relationship for a time, and I was thinking, what's wrong with me? Why is it I always choose the wrong person and then end up in the same situation? What's going on? And I'd start reading something and it would say, yes, you need to do this, you need to become this person, you need to do this. And sometimes it would just go in one ear and out the other. It didn't make any sense to me. And I didn't really try to read it again for it to make sense. And then as I progressed, I would listen to it and something would drop, a little nugget would drop. And then I would try to embody that. And then I get into a relationship and forget all about it because then what do? I give all of myself, all of my energy to giving the person in the relationship everything that they want and totally left nothing for myself. And I'd blame myself for whatever went wrong. And the list goes on. However, the more and more life went on, you get to a point where you go, enough is enough. What on earth is going on? I started looking at the patterns in my life, the patterns in my relationship, and the people that I was choosing, and the behaviors that I was emitting within relationships. Whether they were romantic relationships or just my friends, how do I behave around people? And I was looking at myself and going, oh my gosh, this is the same thing. Ever since I was, as long as I can remember, this is the same behavioral pattern. So how do I change that? Then I started to get really serious. I started to get really serious about 10 years ago, or maybe a bit less. And I started looking within myself and started changing my thoughts, which changed the way I felt about things and changed my behaviors. But it was a whole process. I still process now because there are things that I'm working on, not relationships, because I've now refined that and I'm still working within that and doing really well. I have a great relationship. I've got great relationships. Um, I got a great relationship with my partner. I've got a great relationship with my family. I got a great relationship with my friends. And maybe there's one odd relationship out there that I have no control over because this person is blaming me for something that I feel I have nothing, there's nothing I can do to fix it because they won't listen. And also, it's not me that they need to listen to, it's somebody else. They're trying to get me to fix a problem for them, which has nothing to do with me. So I look at that sometimes and I feel like some responsibility, but I just have to say no. What you can't fix, you just got to let go and give it up to source and hope that the opportunity will present itself where things will uh, will work themselves out. So my romantic relationship is great. My family relationship, as far as I'm concerned, is wonderful. And I'm sending love to this relationship that there's a little bit of angst around. But in general, everything is totally different than it used to be. I am now, when I look at my relationship, all I feel is gratitude. All I feel is this overwhelming gratitude that, wow, I remember where I came from and where I am now. Now I'm working on my abundance and I can see the shift in that from being hundreds, well, thousands of pounds in debt to having no debt to now creating wealth within my life. And again, it's really, really simple. It's really looking at who you are right now, whether you got them, well, I'm talking to you because I feel that you have some issues that needs dealing with. Things keep coming up for you, and keep pushing against that you feel like you need some help with. So whatever it is, consider that the person that you are now needs to go. That person is not serving you well. Okay? You're not going to be pushing yourself away, but you're going to be letting go of the limitations that are holding you into this personality. So when I say letting go of limitations, limitations such as any sort of fear, any anxiety, any irritation, any frustration, anything that when you think about it, it creates some discord inside of your body. Look within those things because those are the nuggets that the universe gives you, that God gives you. So you can actually look at these things and see what can be changed. What is it trying to tell you? What is going on inside? Where is that coming from? Well, the first time you felt that feeling, where did it come from? Where is that root cause? This is what I do in rapid transformational therapy inside of my inside of my business. So if you need someone to help you to root out those limitations, you really need to get to the root cause, because you might think, oh, it's something to do with an argument you had with a friend last week, or an argument you had with your spouse a few weeks ago, or something that an old friend said to you 5 years ago, but it could come from something way deeper than that. So looking at the superficial issues is not going to solve the problem, because you're just going to keep perpetuating this these root causes into your life, because that's what's causing you to have these disruptions, whether it's money that you don't have, or whether it's a relationship that you don't have, or whether it's that groundedness in yourself that you don't have, where you feel completely secure, that life is working for you. If you're not feeling like that, then there's some disruption, because abundance is for everyone. Abundance in health, wealth, whatever it is that you're looking for, it is there, and it's there in total abundance for everyone. It's called abundance, it's called plenty. So you have to literally let go of the old self, the old beliefs. Can't be hardwired in your beliefs. Beliefs are not meant to be hardwired. Even when you get into a relationship, say for example, it's a perfect relationship, you love that relationship, it's good. Your beliefs are still not hardwired, because we're growing all the time. So you're growing in alignment with the things that you want, the things that you want and you have in your life. They're not going to go anywhere, because you're in alignment, because that is your mindset. But it's important to be fluid with those things that you don't, when it comes on to what you don't want, so that you can release them, let them go. Now, your subconscious programs will hold on to them, because it feels like it's keeping you safe. And that's what your subconscious programs are for. They're designed to keep you safe. So maybe a childhood version of you felt like you were not heard, or you weren't good enough, or nobody wants to hear what you have to say, or you're stupid. Somebody told you that somewhere down the line. You heard it and you took it in and you interpreted it as, I'm stupid. I'm not good enough. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I am not good enough for this. I can't do that. I can't do that. That is a series of thoughts. Thoughts. They're not real. They're thoughts that you have taken in and you have wired into your subconscious to protect you, so you don't have that experience of someone saying, oh, you're so stupid, or go away, or shut up, or whatever it is that you were told when you were younger that made you take on this belief system. It's not real. It's not true. And the only person that can change it is you. It's just a thought process. Think about it. It's just a thought process. It's like if I said to you right now, you got three eyes. I'm looking at you, you got two eyes, you got three eyes. Are you going to go, oh my God, I got three eyes, and look in the mirror and go, oh my God, I got three eyes? It's obviously you've got two eyes. But as a child, we can't analyze like we can as adults, but we're still carrying those childhood programs with us. Most of us. I was carrying a childhood program from, I thought it was age 7, but I've tracked it back to age 4. Okay. And who knows? Sometimes I feel, because I did a what you call it, this exercise. It was about 3 weeks ago now, and I felt some tracking going back to some ancestral stuff that are stuck inside because your soul is the link between you and God, right? And in the middle between your physical being and God, or the universe, or the source, is your soul. And your soul is basically telling you. So when you feel these angst, it's telling you that you are not in alignment with the source. Okay. So it's important that your soul, you're nurturing your soul. So every time you feel that angst, you're working on it. And I felt some angst, which is why I went to look. I started closed my eyes and I did this meditation. And it took me back to not my lifetime, but the lifetime of my ancestors. Okay? Because if you know the Caribbean history, the Black people that are in the Caribbean that are not Indians, not Arawak Indians or Mayans or any of those, they were taken as slaves from parts of Africa and brought. And then obviously the white men um, interbred them, and then some of them have color like me, where they're not as dark. And but all of those little soul snippets come down the line to you, whoever you are, wherever you are. There's soul ties somewhere sometimes. So it's important to go within yourself as far back as you can. And sometimes you feel like you can't get any further, and you're stuck there, but you feel that there's more to do, then you need to get some help to unravel those ties and release them so that you can be free to be who you're here to be. And who you're here to be is to first work on the limitations so that you can develop your faith, develop your groundedness, and develop your trust in your abundance so that then you can live the life that you want to live. It's a process. So it's about dying to the old self. It's working on those limitations. You can't run away from them. Can't pretend that they're not there. Because the more you pretend they're not there, the stronger they become. And the stronger they become, the more they're going to get into your way. So you're trying to go on the motorway to London, but there's a massive traffic jam. Can't get there. You won't get there, and you're way past the side roads where you could turn off. You're stuck. You're stuck. So now you have to work on each of those limitations one at a time. Move them out the way, so that then you can have a clear path to get to where you want to get. You have to die to self, and to die to self means working on those limitations. And it took me 20 years to get where I am now, where I deliberately put one foot in front of the other. And in the beginning, it was hard because I did it a little bit and then I didn't, and I did it and I did it. And it was only in the last 10 years or maybe 15 years where I started getting the momentum and kept that going and kept that going. And then every time you get momentum, you feel like, yes, I got somewhere. But the more you grow, the more you want to grow because it never ends. And I know saying that might turn some people off because when somebody said that to me, I'm thinking, what is the point if it never ends? It's just going to be like this all the time. And um, and so I and so that kind of deterred me a little bit. But then once I started getting into it, especially when I started meditating and really coming into myself, really lining up with who I was, who I am, and who I'm supposed to be, then it all made sense. And it was all go ahead from there. There was no looking back. There was no staying stagnant. There was no procrastination. There was no, oh, I don't know. It was figure it out, open to receive, walk in action, inspired action. And all of these things will, once you start walking this walk, they'll make more sense. When you talked about inspired action to me, like what does that mean? It's the kind of action you're not pushing, you're not forcing, you're not trying to make anything happen. You get an idea and you act on it and it leads somewhere nice and easy. Okay. So inspired action is like, and it doesn't have to be that idea that brings you there, but it's just doing something that you're inspired to do. And that something just open up a whole new universe for you. So consider this. Everyone wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. Don't be one of those people. Otherwise, you'll never grow. You'll never get to heaven if you don't die to the old self. So the life that you're looking for, it means you have to get rid of the limitations, the things that tell you that you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you have no courage, you're weak, or you're pathetic, or you're stupid, or you're ugly, or whatever is holding you back. It's a health issue you have, then there's some limitation in your mind that's causing that. Because it's our mind that creates the physical stuff. It's our mind that creates the life that we are experiencing. It's our mind. And in order to get around it, you need to start looking within yourself to see what your mind is doing. Because it's looking within yourself, inside your body is your mind. Your mind is the subconscious. Your body, sorry, is the subconscious part of your mind. Okay? So the subconscious takes care of the things that happen automatically inside of you. So your heart beating, your lungs expanding to take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide, your gut processing and assimilating food and eliminating food, your skin protecting you and getting rid of the toxins and also cooling you down or warming you up. Whatever your body does is a subconscious action. And also some of the thoughts and the programs that you've put inside of yourself in order to make things easier for you. So, for example, somebody freaked you out as a child, scared the crap out of you, and by, say, for example, by locking you in a closet. They locked you in the closet and you couldn't get out and you're freaked out, you're freaked out, you're freaked out. And then somebody else comes and they open the closet, or the same person comes and open your closet. Never explained to you that there was nothing to fear. It was only a joke. We were only playing around, or, you're not a bad person and everything is okay. So you may grow up feeling that you're scared of small spaces because small spaces represents that you're unloved, you're not good enough, um, and it's scary. And you felt like you were going to die at the time, so you feel like you probably could die. So things like getting on a plane, getting on an airplane, or getting in a X-ray machine, sorry, an MRI machine, or in small spaces like elevators, you can't do it. You don't want to do it because you feel like your life is being threatened. And remember what I said about your subconscious program? It's there to protect you, keep you safe. And when you're thinking about things that doesn't feel safe, it's programmed that. So therefore, that you experience when you experience something that's going to close you in that space, then you're going, oh no, 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 thank you. I'm claustrophobic. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that because of this incident that happened ages ago. Now, in RTT, rapid transformational therapy, we take you back to that root cause, whether that is a root cause or it's something else. We find that root cause and we help you make sense of it inside of your childhood mind back then. Okay. And even though we're doing it in present time, inside of your subconscious program, we're doing it back then in order to take that program out to say, this doesn't make sense and this isn't serving me. So therefore, I'm going to throw that out or convert it into something else, turn it into a cheerleader, also alchemize it into something more positive. Or we burn it, shoot it to the moon, bury it, whatever it is that you feel safe doing, that it's never going to come back. And then in its place, you can't just leave that area bare. It's almost like when you root some weeds up, if you don't plant something there or keep weeding at it, then more weeds are going to come. So it's important that you plant something in that space that's going to be strong and resilient and powerful. That's going to, when that grows, it becomes courage, it becomes confidence, it becomes love, it becomes joy, it becomes freedom. Okay, so and that's something is whatever you want. You want to plant in there. We communicate during your rapid transformational therapy so that you can tell me what it is that you want there and what you don't want there. But the important thing is to remove that root cause, put something new there that's going to be serving you so that you start behaving differently. And when you start behaving differently inside yourself, you start emitting different frequencies, different energy, which means you start attracting and creating new ways, new life, and you start seeing things happening in a different way. You're meeting different people. You are speaking in a different way. Your languaging is more positive and attractive and so on. So let's get rid of the old self. It's not serving you. It's never going to serve you. It's never going to take you anywhere. You might get lucky and get up here, but soon enough, you're going to come right back down to your base of your subconscious programs. And until you change those programs, you will not be able to get and sustain the things that you want. All right. So let's go to heaven. Let's die to the old self and move into a new version of ourselves. Let's live life the way it's meant to be lived. We're not meant to be running away from ourselves. We're meant to go inside and embrace and get to know so that him or her can give you the desires of your heart. Because remember, the source flows through you. And when you release the limitations, you allow the source to then work through you to give you everything that you ever dream of. Okay, thank you for listening. Remember, if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, please do that. Every week, I release one of these videos where I may answer a question from a client, a follower, a member, subscriber of sorts. And that answer is to bless everyone, to inspire everyone, including the person that asked the question. And also, I may share something that's on my mind, like I have today, or I may have read something and I thought, oh, I think that might be of benefit. So I'm always sharing. So if you've got questions or there's something you want to comment about or recommend, then please put that in the comment section. I'm always happy to hear what you have to say, what your thoughts are, and what I could improve on as well. I'm forever improving, so I'm very open to your comments. And uh, also, there is a 10-week coaching program going on at the moment. There's still a few places available. In fact, I think it's only one space available. But call now and book an ignition call so we can talk more about it to see if you would like to join. And it's all about taking away those limitations. It's taking away the limitations, teaching you how to take away your limitations and working with you as you do that over 10 weeks to turn you into the person that you want to become. I know it sounds easy, but it takes a lot of, it's going to be a lot of work on your part, but it's not going to be difficult work because I'm going to be with you, working with you through it. So join and let's have a conversation to see where this takes us. Also, for a few people, I said that they couldn't afford it. So what I've done is I've set up a draw. So you go to my website and enter into the draw. And every 2 months, I pull someone out of that draw, and that person will win a free 10-week coaching program, this 10-week ascension pathway with me. So every 2 weeks there is a different winner. You can't win twice. So everybody gets a chance to win. So put your name in there. You never know. You might be the next winner. The first winner will be allocated for the 1st of May. And then June, there won't be anyone. Then July. Okay, so every other month, somebody will be chosen. So I hope I get to see your name in the draw. And then I shake that up, and you never know who gets lucky. But you got to win at some point because, like I said, nobody wins twice. Okay, so I leave you on that note, and remember to stay open to growth, which means looking at the nasty stuff, looking at the icky stuff, looking at the things that are holding you, that you don't want to look at. You're trying to, drink it away or smoke it away or talk it away. We spend so much time talking about all the negative things, but and it's usually negative things as if it's out there and it's not affecting us. But the fact that we can see it and we can talk about it, we are effectively contributing to it and creating it. Okay? So everybody that, say, for example, if somebody is fighting over there and you're looking at it and going, oh, this is disgraceful, that's something going on inside of you where you can look at that and judge it as disgraceful because something disgraceful is going on inside of you. You don't know what disgraceful looks like or feels like unless you've experienced it or are experiencing it. So you need to check with yourself to see, what am I experiencing for me to be so judgmental about this situation when I don't even know exactly what's happening? I don't know what that person has been through. I don't know what situations they have had to go through that's brought them here to behave in this way. Instead of showing compassion and empathy, we are ready to jump in and react and respond with our own, with some sort of judgment. But what's causing that is what's causing something inside of you. So look at yourself first. Because when you look at yourself and you start developing in yourself, then you have compassion for people. You don't judge and belittle and curse. And yeah, you just don't do that because you recognize that there's a person in there just like you that just needs to go within and figure themselves out. And that's where the world is going now. So jump on the wagon fast. So you're never going to be left behind. But, if you're feeling that inspiration, you're feeling that inkling that there's some things I need to work on, get on a call with me. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. There is an ignition call is an hour long. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. Obviously, I put it out there. There's a 10-week coaching program. It's up to you to ask questions about it, to see if you want to learn more. But I will give you that hour, and that hour will be of value to you. Or get involved with one of the other packages that I offer. So whether it's an RTT session or just one of those booster sessions where you can have a full 2 hour with me, figuring out what's going on inside me. Why can't I shift? Why is my life like this? And what do I need to do first to get on the road to changing the path that I'm currently on? Okay, so I leave you with that, and I say thank you for being here again. Subscribe and like the video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.